This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for getting up with us to start your Saturday. I'm Christine Pitawanich, taking you live outside now to Pioneer Courthouse Square. It is an early morning, pretty much no one out, which is good to see. And hey, if you need another shot of Portland, this is what it looks like from our Wells Fargo Skycam. Pretty morning. A little bit dark right now this Saturday, but hey, some nice weather ahead. Let's check in with Matt Safino and a quick look at the forecast for this weekend.
Hey everybody, I'm Matt Safino. Happy Saturday. What a weekend we have in store. This is what it looked like on Friday, and it'll be similar Saturday, although some morning clouds first, then the sun will be coming out. The highs on Friday were the warmest of the year so far, with that 69 in Troutdale, 67 in Portland. Will be a bit cooler during the day Saturday and Sunday as onshore flow is going to kick back in. So it won't be quite as warm, but still really nice. So we'll top out at about 61. 39 for the early morning hours, a couple of scattered clouds around, then 56 by noontime. Mostly sunny, and 61 Saturday afternoon, and up to about the same, maybe a degree or two warmer on Sunday. Look for the rain Monday.
I want to emphasize this. This is not a lockdown. This will be a stay at home unless it's absolutely necessary order.
Local and state leaders in Oregon say a full stay-at-home order could be coming in the next few days, but we're going to have to wait to get the full details. They call it a stay-at-home, stay healthy. Governor Kate Brown says it's an order and a public awareness campaign. They'll be working on more details this weekend.
So what is the order?
The answer to your question is yes. There is an order coming. We're in the process of developing the details. We're giving the public clear guidance that that order is forthcoming. We're telling people that the order will be along the lines of to stay inside your house unless absolutely necessary.
That was Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler. He has openly shared a desire for stronger distancing restrictions. He says the city is ready to act independently, but he would rather work in tandem with state and county leadership. During the press conference, Mayor Wheeler said if an order does happen, it'll look a lot like what's in place in other areas right now, like in California. Going off that example, here's the likely list of what would and wouldn't be open. Places like gas stations, pharmacies, and locations that serve food, including restaurants and takeout with delivery options. Those would be okay to stay open, as would banks, laundromats, and law enforcement facilities. On the closed side, basically anything that's not essential to daily life. We're talking about things like dine-in only restaurants, bars, gyms, and entertainment venues. And we've got some sad news to report. A person in Marion County has died from the coronavirus. That brings Oregon's death total to 4. Marion County leaders haven't released any details on the person who died as of yet. 26 new cases overall were announced yesterday, the largest single-day increase in Oregon since the pandemic began. There are now 114 cases in the state. Meantime, in Washington, Governor Jay Inslee called out Washingtonians who aren't following his rules about limiting large gatherings and going to bars and restaurants. Inslee threatened to make stricter rules if what's in place isn't followed.
If people continue to ignore this common sense provision, I will go farther to protect 7 million Washingtonians. So I'm asking you, and you may say I am pleading with you, to stay home, unless it is necessary for you to go out. And I'm asking both businesses and individuals to help us accomplish this.
Back in Portland, many shoppers are wondering why they weren't notified that an employee at the Fred Meyer on Northeast Gleason has tested positive for coronavirus. Fred Meyer didn't notify customers, explaining it was following the advice of the health department. It said a cleaning company sanitized the store. We spoke with a clerk at Albertsons who feels stores should limit the number of shoppers allowed in the store at one time to create more social distancing.
There's no crowd control at the front door to prevent more than, they'll let how many ever people come in the store at a time that are there.
The union representing grocery workers with Oregon and Southwest Washington says it has reached an understanding with local stores. That includes additional sick leave for workers who get COVID-19 or need to quarantine, along with an agreement to work with local governments to get them designated as emergency workers. Here's some good news out of Washington. The family of a 90-year-old woman diagnosed with coronavirus says it looks like she has beaten the illness. Geneva Woods was healthy and living on her own when just after Christmas, a stroke sent her to the Life Care Center in Kirkland. She was recovering well, but then 2 days before going home, COVID-19 was discovered at the center. Soon after, Geneva developed a fever and tested positive for the virus. There was a point where the family didn't think Geneva would make it, and her family was told to come and say their goodbyes.
She was saying her goodbyes, and she thought she was leaving, and she was at peace, and it was all good. But she turned the corner. She wanted her potato soup. She's gonna come close to death several times, and she just rallies and comes back. I think we sent you the picture where she's sitting on that bull. That's my mom.
Wow, what a picture. The family believes their visit with Geneva was key to her recovery. Coronavirus has brought a lot of changes to our lives, and it's the same at the Oregon Humane Society. It resumed pet adoptions yesterday by appointment only. Joe Ranieri tells us about other precautions for picking out a new pet.
It's going to be a while before we can get back to normal, and that includes the Oregon Humane Society. Instead of walking inside, you're going to be asked to wait outside.
We're a destination, as you might know, and with OMSI closed, the zoo closed, people wanted to come to the shelter, and that wasn't working for us.
The president and CEO, Sharon Harmon, says she wanted to make sure they were taking all the right precautions to prevent the spread of the coronavirus.
We took a couple days pause to make sure we could reframe our work to limit, to put more social distancing in place, make sure that we have protocols in place for the animals and the people that are coming in the door.
That meant reevaluating how they did things. Earlier this week, the Humane Society put a stop to animal adoptions, but opened them back up again on Friday with a different look, only being able to adopt by appointment only.
It's working out very well. People can go to our website, click on the animal's profile, and fill out an application.
Since Thursday, the Oregon Humane Society has received dozens of animals from shelters across the state. Veterinarian Margaret Wixon wants people to know you're safe around animals like cats and dogs.
I think the most important thing for pet owners to understand is that there's no evidence that this infection affects animals or can be spread from animals to people.
Harmon wants all pet owners to remember their pets during an emergency like we're in right now.
And there's probably no one who gives us more unconditional love than our pets.
Joe Ranieri, KGW News.
So we know you've got a lot of questions about coronavirus and how it may be impacting our daily lives. We've dedicated a whole section, though, of our website to answering those questions for you. You can visit kgw.com/facts not fear to catch up on all our coverage that you may have missed.